I tell clients to do is to be very careful about their automobiles. I don't reaffirm the debts, except in some limited instances I'll reaffirm the debt if I think it will improve the client's credit score. But and the client generally will have, some of the clients have high car payments after their bankruptcy filing. So in the case of a Chapter 7, the client will receive a number of solicitations for new car loans immediately after their Chapter 7 filing. And no, I have not sold your name, I have not given your Social Security number or information to anyone. There are information services called, such as Bankruptcy, where bankruptcy filing information is available if you pay the subscription. There are a number of used car salesmen who will actually send you an offer for a new car after your bankruptcy filing. Please, please do not accept those offers. They are all for 20-25% interest, and the car lender will normally sell you the car for twice its fair market value. And the reason they're sending this letter to you is they know that you cannot file for another Chapter 7 bankruptcy for 8 years. So what they're trying to do is to use the car as a stalking horse to get you into a high interest rate loan that you will be locked into for the next 8 years. And you would think, well, if I don't want the car, I'll just turn it back and that will be the end of it. Well, no. Tidewater Financial and other companies specifically have very aggressive collection policies. And what they will do is they will then sue you and garnish you after your bankruptcy filing for their high interest rate loans. And I one time had this cute couple who filed for a Chapter 7, and they were 20 years old, and they got one of these offers age 23. They bought a car. I think it was a Jeep. The Jeep was a lemon. They turned it back within a year. They got sued by one of these creditors, and they came to me like 3 years later or 4 years later. It was the 14th garnishment that they had received. They still owed $20,000 on the car. The interest rate was 25%. So please, please do not take one of those offers after your bankruptcy is completed. A car has a different treatment in a Chapter 13 bankruptcy. In a Chapter 13 bankruptcy, you make your car payment back. You can make your regular car payment outside of the plan. When that car payment pays off, if you're still in a Chapter 13 bankruptcy, you might contribute that extra money that's left over in your budget now to your Chapter 13 plan. In Alexandria, that's expected. In Richmond and Charlottesville, that's optional, but it's a frequent planning tool that I use to assist you in fulfilling your plan. But if you have a high interest rate car prior to your bankruptcy filing, then you might want to consider financing your automobile in your Chapter 13 plan. For instance, say if you had a car that was only a year old and you had 50,000 miles on it or so, but it had a 20% interest rate. So if you had a good steady job, you could refinance that car in your Chapter 13 plan, 6.25% interest. It's the prime rate plus a 1.5%. It's established by a U.S. Supreme Court decision known as the T-I-L-L decision. And you could refinance your car in your Chapter 13 plan. And in that case, say your car payment was $550 before, but you couldn't pay your credit cards or your medical bills. Well, now in your plan, the car payment may be like $250, and then the difference you can use to fund your plan. And in many instances, clients find out that their plan payment was identical to their prior car payment. So that's a win for you, and that's a win for your creditors. And that was an important consumer decision of the U.S. Supreme Court.